Good morning, my brother and my sisters. Another day journey. Taking a walk this morning. Look like we're getting a little sprinkle of rain, so I'm trying to make it in. I pray that all is well today with everyone. And sorry I ain't been on in a while, but running around trying to take care of little Christmas ends and whatnot. But I'm glad to talk to you today. I'm let you look at the neighborhood while I'm walking along. I want to share a story with you that I heard. It was this lady. She was telling me that when she was born, her mother died at childbirth, and her brother, which was her uncle, took care of her till she was 12 years old. And evidently, her mother had told her uncle to give her to her father when she reached 12 years old, because her father didn't want her when she was carrying the baby. So at 12, the uncle gave her to the father. But the father was married and had 2 kids. And so he took her in reluctantly. He didn't really want her then. But anyway, he took her in and he treated her harshly. But the uncle had taught her about God. So when she was feeling bad and was mistreated, she called on the name of the Lord. So the stepchildren and the mother would tell the father when he got home that she was being disobedient and wouldn't do her work. So he would take her out and tie her to a tree and begin to beat her. And this went on, and she began to call on the name of the Lord. And she would break the ropes that he tied her with. So he decided to buy some new ropes and see would she break them also. So he began to beat her again, and she called on the name of the Lord, and she broke the new ropes. And so that made him even angry. So what he did, he went and bought some chains, and he chained her to the tree, and he began to beat her. But this time, a huge limb from the tree fell in between her and him, and it frightened him. And he backed off, but it didn't stop him. Another day, he began to beat her again. But a man walked by, and he told him that I would take her before you kill her. So he decided to give the girl to the man. And the man wound up marrying the little girl, and they was having problems getting married. So he had to lie about her age. She was 12, and so they got the license and they got married, and they was living in one room. I guess that's somebody's house, and they slept on a mat on the floor. She was telling me that she was happy because she was free from the abuse. And as the story goes, she got pregnant and she had a son at the age of 13. And the man, he was brown skinned and she was dark skinned. And he began to look at the baby and saw the baby was very dark. And he proclaimed that the baby wasn't his. And that made the young girl sad. But then every opportunity he got, he would throw the baby up in the air where the baby would gasp for air. And some of the older people around her began to tell her that he was trying to kill the baby. But by being a young girl and he was her rescuer, she didn't want to believe it. But as things went on, she had another baby boy, and he was brown skinned, and that pleased the man. But every opportunity he got, he still mistreated the dark-skinned baby. So by the time the baby was 3 years old, he was walking, he was playing in the yard, and the father came out of the house, and the little boy said, "Hey, Daddy." And the man picked up a stone and threw it at the baby, hit him on his ankle, and the baby fell down and cried. And she saw that he was really trying to kill the baby. And she cried out to some of the elders, and make a long story short, they made a way for her to escape the man. And she ran away from the man with her and the other baby. And they fled to another state. And she didn't have no relatives nowhere, because only person she ever knew was her uncle and her father. But she learned how to survive in strange places, because I believe the Lord provided, and he guided her and he directed her. And so by the time the kids was 5 and 6, the second baby died with a disease called lockjaw. And she was telling me they went to the cemetery and buried the little boy. And when they came back home, the oldest child ran in the house, and he came out screaming because he saw his brother sitting in his little red rocking chair. And he was running out of fright towards the lake, and they was chasing him down because they know that he couldn't swim, and he was running into the lake. But they caught him just in the nick of time. So he came back, and his mother was telling him, "We just buried your brother. He is not in the house." She was telling him, "That's just his spirit. He's going to be okay. He just came by to say goodbye." Now, you know, back in the South, people believed in spirits, and I heard a whole lot of story about the dead coming back and visiting the people. But thank God it never happened to me, because I don't think I would be able to take it. I would be like Stephen Fletcher, running and running and running. But I have some stories I want to continue to tell you, so I'll explain later on in another episode about this story and what happened to the lady. So my brothers and my sisters, I bid you farewell until next time, and may God bless you and keep you and smile on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. God bless.